Okay, so growing up in Mexico and with that culture, like as a kid you just really grow close to how to like be friendly and really close to people and stuff like that. And growing up with that culture, it just like stuck to me always, even though I was here in America a lot. And like, there's just like customs that you get used to that you don't even know that you're doing with like other people that who aren't used to it. And for example, starting school and stuff like that here, I was really friendly to other people. I'd get really close, not like, well, physically, you know, both. But like when you're meeting someone, for example, like, you know, you get your hug and your kiss in the cheek, I'd start doing that like even throughout middle school with people, and they'd be like, they start like backing away from me, like whenever I see them, like before I would say hello to them, they would be like, oh, they'd like either get used to it, the fact that I do that with sometimes, or they just stand like far away, you know, to further themselves. And that was just like, when you're like, it's something you get used to, that you have to like limit yourself when you do that, and you're just like really friendly to like people when you're talking, even, you know, like authorities and stuff like that. And for example, one time when my mom was younger, she was here, no, she was in California, and they were going, I think, to a shooting range, and she was like 16, no, I think she was 15, yeah, she was 15. She didn't have her license yet, and since they were going out to the mountains to like, you know, to go to the shooting range or whatever, they had a gun or pistol with them. And she was underage, she didn't have a license, and she was driving, which was bad on her part, but, you know. And then she ended up getting stopped by the police, I don't know why. So as they stopped her, he's like, can I please see your license and registration? And then she's like, I don't have one. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, you know, growing up with the culture of like being friendly and really outgoing, she's like, I don't have a license of, you know, the state or whatever, but I have the license of God to be driving this, you know. So he was very surprised when she said this, like, because no one really talks to a police officer like, I don't have a license, I'm not going to give you one, but I have the license of God to be driving. He gave me the like will to be driving and stuff like that. So as like when she told him that, like at first he was surprised and he like scared her, and because she shouldn't be driving and, you know, having a gun and stuff like that. It sounds really sketchy, sorry. And okay, so at first he was like, okay, well this isn't right, what is she doing? But then he realized that she wasn't like meaning a bad thing, she was just fooling around and like being, you know, really outgoing with it. And he let her off, and like because of that, like I can be like that sometimes, even though sometimes you might think, you know, I'm being too friendly or too jokingly, like you just like
You're fine. Keep going.
that being friendly, and you have to know when to limit yourself when you're in another country. That's all.
Thank you.